I mean, you're at University of North Carolina playing basketball now. You said that was something that you had really kind of dreamed about as a child. When went to Pittsburgh. Nothing wrong with Pittsburgh, but just doesn't have the reputation that North Carolina does. What's it like now being here?
I'm really excited. I'm really just going to embrace the opportunity and do my best to contribute in any way I can. And I'm really just looking forward to the first game and getting out there.
You really impressed Carolina fans with your game here last year. It looked like the rims were really soft for you. Have you mentioned that game to any of the guys you go against in practice and scrimmaging every day?
The funny thing is they mention it to me and then bring up the fact that we did not win the game and then bring up the fact that they beat us the next time too. So I really don't have much ground to speak on that game with. So, I mean, they pulled up the highlights, and, of course, it's all North Carolina highlights, and they let that run. And, it's all of them getting baskets on us and none of us. So I haven't really, said much about that game or anything.
What do you think your role is going to be on this team?
Whatever coach intends, depending on what lineups we put out, I'll just try to contribute in any way. Make shots, defend, rebound, do all I can.
Outside of shooting, what are some things that you think you excel at that can add to this roster?
Versatility. I feel like at my size on the wing, I can contribute a lot in the passing lanes, in different areas defensively, contribute to rebounding and all that stuff. And Coach really values rebounding, so that's something that I'll continue to improve on.
What was it about the fit here for you and your skill set that made you think this was the right choice?
I like the way Coach Williams runs his teams. I really respected them when we played against them the past couple of years, and the way they, get up and down, and the way we get up and down now. And I'm really looking forward to just, kind of gelling with the guys and getting into a groove this year. And I think the personnel we have should make for a pretty good team.
But your resolve was huge because initially they told you no, and you kept going. So you really, really wanted to come.
Yeah, I trusted Coach Williams. He said that we could get past this, and he made me feel confident in that decision. And without that confidence, it would have been a lot harder to move forward. At times, I was, just as in the know as anybody else. I didn't really know what Pittsburgh would do or anything, and I really thanked them for eventually letting go. And that's something that I don't want to go unnoticed, is that I really appreciate the University of Pittsburgh for doing that. And there were times where I didn't know. I just kind of put it in God's hands and let everything take care of itself.
Was there any hard feelings?
There's no hard feelings on my end. I understand the competitive nature of college basketball, and I just am very thankful Pittsburgh let me go.
From the outside looking in, the natural fit seems to be you stepping into the role or the position that Justin Jackson played. I realize you guys aren't exactly the same player, but is that fair, and do you feel like you can step into that?
In some aspects it's fair. We are different players, and we do have a similar build, but there are different aspects of our game that we vary with. I guess I can see how some people can project me to fit into that type of role, but it's a different team this year. However Coach feels like he should deploy me is whatever I'll do for the team.
How has practice been going, and what are some lineups that maybe y'all rolled out and your role in those different lineups?
Practice has been going really well. Just kind of getting adjusted to a little bit different way of doing things, and this is my third coach in my college career, so I've kind of had to learn some things pretty quickly in terms of how coaches like certain things done, and it does change, a lot of the little things that you might not see during the game, just little adjustments that have to be made during practice. Some of the lineups we throw out, we throw out, the traditional Carolina lineup with two big men, and, I can kind of fill in at the wing. We can kind of roll out a little bit smaller of a lineup at times. I'd just have to contribute a little bit more down low. Theo and I would have to really chip in rebounding and defending in the post. So there's a lot of stuff we still have to work through, and I'm sure, Coach has his ideas with that, and I know he, knows a lot better than I do what he's thinking for the season. But, wherever he puts me, I'll do my best to do whatever I can.
In those smaller lineups, how are you and Theo being used? Are you more on the wing? Is Theo more down low? And how's that kind of work with these two?
I'm not sure yet. I'm sure we'll be able to tell more once we start playing teams that aren't ourselves. But I couldn't completely tell you the answer to that yet.